David here with Figboot on Pens, back again with another... Oh, wait, I forgot about the invisibility cloak. There. Back again with another fountain pen review. Today I have for you a brand new themed pen from Montegrappa, and that is the Harry Potter fountain pen. What I'm going to do today is go over the parts and features of the Harry Potter pen, talk about what I care for and what I don't care for about it. I'll show some measurements, size comparisons, and provide a writing sample. Thanks go out to the good folks at Kenro Industries, the U.S. distributor for Montegrappa, for providing this pen on loan for review. Montegrappa has developed this Harry Potter line of pens in collaboration with Warner Brothers Entertainment, so this is an officially licensed product, and they have produced 5 different fountain pens celebrating the houses of the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Our house has been a big fan of the Harry Potter franchise. I can remember hanging out several times in bookstores at midnight release parties. Here's a set of paperbacks we have. They by no means were abused. They were read so much they literally all fell apart. So new sets needed to be purchased. If you ever have the opportunity, I would highly recommend visiting the 2 Harry Potter parks in Universal Studios in Orlando. Both areas are done very well and very much immerse you into the world of Harry Potter. I haven't been to the one at Universal Studios Hollywood, but I imagine it's basically identical. On a side note, growing up in Southern California, I used to love to go to Universal Studios Hollywood. When I was young, it was still very much a working studio, and you could see actual sets and things being filmed. It's changed drastically over the years into more of a theme park, but those early years in the 1970s were pretty fun. The pen arrives in this box. You'll have to contact your retailer of choice to see what the charge is for delivery via Owl Post. It's a nice box, probably one that I wouldn't dispose of. Inside, we have a use and care guide. It's branded Harry Potter, but the contents don't make the any references to this specific pen. It's just their generic manual. They also have 2 Montegrappa branded cartridges. And then here is the pen. This is the Montegrappa Harry Potter. Now, I mentioned previously that there's 5 different versions of this pen. There are 4 versions, each celebrating the different Hogwarts houses. There is Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff. But the model I have for you today is the Hogwarts model, which has the coloring and patterns from each of the 4 houses. I figured this would be the best way to show off each of the 4 designs. On the barrel of this model, there is a Crested H for Hogwarts, and then we have quarters representing the 4 different houses with their house and symbol. There is Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, Slytherin, and Hufflepuff. Okay, let's take a look at the cap. The top of this model is emblazoned with the Hogwarts crest. The different house models each display the house animal as well as 3 attributes. The Gryffindor model has a lion and it says courage, bravery, and determination. Slytherin has a snake with pride, ambition, and cunning. Hufflepuff has their badger with patience, dedication, and loyalty. And finally, Ravenclaw has their eagle with wit, learning, and wisdom. I always thought it was strange that the house animal for Ravenclaw was an eagle. You would have thought it would be a raven, but it's not. Then we have this clip. It's fairly thick and hinged with a wheel on the end. I haven't seen too many hinged clips with a wheel before, so I like hinged clips and I like wheeled clips, so this one's okay in my book. At the top is a Crested H. The house models each have their crested animal in the stripes with the 2 house colors. For this Hogwarts model, the stripes are both yellow. The cap is metal, as is the rest of the pen, and straight. It's engraved with the different house animals. Then on the end, there is a cap band. On one side, it says Montegrappa, and on the other, it says Harry Potter. I like how the text is filled with black lacquer. It really makes the text kind of stand out a bit more. There is a very slight drop down to the barrel, which is straight until you reach the very end, in which there is a metal post for the cap. On it, it's engraved with what I would call a modified fleur-de-lis pattern. And then on the very end, it has the modern Montegrappa logo. The cap twists off. with a turn and a half. And underneath we have the stainless steel nib, stamped with the standard Montegrappa hexagonal design. I care for the design a great deal. I just think it looks pretty sharp. This nib is available in extra fine, fine, medium, broad, as well as 1.1 and 1.5 stubs. And here's a look at the plastic feed. The section is metal and contains alternating grooves of straight and dashed lines. I really like this design. I feel the mix of the two lines makes for an interesting visual pattern, and the grooves are deep enough to improve your grip on what otherwise would have been a rather slick section. There is one wide blocky thread, and then a medium-sized step up to the barrel. The cap does post, and it does post securely, but being metal, it does add a significant amount of weight to it, and I find that it really backweights the pen, throwing off the balance, so I prefer to use this pen unposted, and it's plenty long enough to do so. This is a cartridge converter pen. As I showed earlier, 2 standard international cartridges are provided, and a converter is included as well. So, the Montegrappa Harry Potter retails for $495. Through authorized retailers, you will find it 20% off, which knocks $100 off of the price, bringing it down to around $395. It's also available in a rollerball and ballpoint for approximately the same price. At just under $400, that's not a small amount to pay, but it's on par for the Montegrappa brand. It is a well-built pen. As you will see in the writing sample, it performs very well. And at that price, I'm not thinking this pen is for the casual Harry Potter fan. But if you are a hardcore Potterhead, then I could see how this pen would be very desirable. I'm wondering if down the line Montegrappa will also come out with one of their more extravagant models for a Harry Potter design, like they've done with Game of Thrones and Lord of Rings. If they did come out with an over-the-top model like that, what in the Harry Potter universe would you like to see represented in this pen? Maybe a lightning bolt for a clip. I've shown this before, but I had Sean Newton make a custom pen with a lightning bolt clip, so it could look something like that. Or how about each of the 7 Horcruxes? That would be pretty cool. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see in that theoretical pen. Now it is time for some measurements, size comparisons, a writing sample, and if you could excuse me, there's some mischief I need to manage. Here we go with some size comparisons for the Montegrappa Harry Potter. Here it is with a Montegrappa. Here it is with a Visconti Homo sapiens. And here it is with a Pelikan M1000. Capped, I find it very similar in size to the M1000. In regard to some other pens, here it is with a Lamy All-Star and a TWSBI VAX 700. And then here it is with a Pilot Metropolitan. In regard to some uncapped comparisons, here it is with the Visconti Homo sapiens. Here it is with that Pelikan M1000. And finally, here it is with the Lamy All-Star. So here we have the Montegrappa Harry Potter. This is a medium stainless steel nib, and the ink that I'm using today is the very first bottle of ink that I ever owned, which is Parker Quink Black. This is what the bottle looks like. It's a nice size, has a real nice mouth on it, and like I mentioned, this is the very first bottle of ink I owned. And on top of that, it is a very serious black. And here we go with the writing sample. I find this nib to be fairly smooth. It just has a touch of feedback, but it is very, very pleasant. It is a stainless steel nib that's not going to get you a lot of line variation, but I do find that the ink flow on this is decent. And in regard to reverse writing, it is a little bit sharp, but it gets the job done. And in regard to some fast writing, there's no issues whatsoever. So there we have the Montegrappa Harry Potter. If you are a Potter fan, then this is definitely something you should consider picking up. So until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.